Well, it's a very good afternoon to everyone tuning in to the GB9 Tour Day 3 here at Spots and Stripes in Reddell. The upcoming match is the Tier 2 final between GJ Oyangoren v Glenn Murphy. There is a few other semi-finals in Tier 1 going on, or is it? Oh no, sorry, it's the quarter-finals that are going off currently. This is a race to 9. And I have just been handed a little slip from our referee, whose other half may be watching and hopefully watching the full duration with no adverts. The referee is an ex-World Snooker Tour referee. Hopefully I've remembered that one correctly. And he's the head referee of the GB9 Tour. That is Mr. Andy Yates. He's done a terrific job throughout. As for these two players, this is what they are looking to take home. On the left is the Tier 2 Champion Trophy, and on the right is the Tier 1 Champion Trophy. Certainly a nice looking trophy. By the looks of it, yeah, isn't too fussed about having a little practice rack. So, pre-match traditions will be going ahead. Ben in the media team taking the photos. He's done a tremendous job with the videos on the highlight reels from the days. So I should do his work's highly regarded amongst the matchroom staff and team. And it's a pleasure to have him here, working with us on the GB9. And here's the lag for the Tier 2 final. It was just a little bit of missed timing on each other's legs, and he just got them to retake it. And the first right gets GJ to break. Let us know in the comments who you're supporting for this match, where you are watching from. Glenn's certainly a quick player, straight out of the blocks. Rack 1 comes to an end with Glenn taking the first rack, and referee Andy just make sure both players know about waiting for the cue ball to stop. Some scores from around the room. Carlo Blasi 3, Michael Hope 5, Joe Prince 6, Matthew Rigby 4, Tom Stavely 6, Stephen Ellis 3. Stephen Ellis maybe having a slight hangover from last night's victory in the main event. Takes some doing after the massive highs of taking down a big event and then coming straight back for another competition on the day after or the morning after. Shot call by GJ. Which leaves a very nice opening 1-2 for Glenn. Eyeing up the position on the 3. So right down the barrel of this 3 ball. It does go. He's going to cheat the pocket, use a bit of the cushion first. His new Clash Steel table and the new Z9 cloth that's on it. Balls are really sliding in, and as long as you play them at pocket weight, generally 9 times out of 10 it's going to find a hole of the bucket. There's a bit of a lash there from Glenn after 3 pots that seemed to go pretty well. So I'm joined by a man that's just come off the practice table. Someone that's really put all of his effort and his passion to make this GB9 tour what it is this weekend. Mr. Dan Saw.
Yeah, cheers, Sam. Thank you very much. Yes, just been on the practice table trying to find out why I'm not very good at this game, and still can't work it out, but my goodness me, I am terrible. This is why I do the organising of these things, not the actual playing. So really, really good to be here to be, this is the final of the Tier 2 competition. Obviously I know GJ quite well, so he's got a huge amount of ability. And Glenn Murphy, we all know, yeah, he's an absolutely fantastic player when he wants to be. So why are they in Tier 2? Well, because they've lacked the consistency, I presume, really. Hang on a minute, what are you doing?
Sorry, there was
something hanging off my ear. Yeah. Right. So yeah, no, I say most important thing about the Tier 2 level is the fact that they contribute so much to GB9 with their participation. You know, with respect to GJ and Glenn, don't come into the main event expecting to win. So but they get the experience of playing against some really, really good players, and of course, they're there to create an upset, which is why a lot of us weaker players try and get into these tournaments. As I said, these guys, when they are dialed in, I will tell you now, they can play. But this is new for them. It's the arena table.
Yeah, the arena table here at the Spots and Stripes in Reddell has been such a fantastic addition to this event. It adds something to it, There's no doubt that we are in a club. It is open to the public. However, when you're in this arena, you could be anywhere.
Undoubtedly, it's a great atmosphere, great vibe around this place, and the arena table does play slightly differently. It's brand new cloth. It slides more than any of the other tables. There's a special feeling about it. It's the biggest arena table I think I've seen. Obviously, I think Matchroom's main arena table is bigger, but it's probably the second biggest arena table I've yet seen.
Yeah, I think so. By footprint, it certainly is a large arena table. Obviously, they've put this fantastic clash steel table in that Tash put well together.
Tash, the greatest handyman in Spots and Stripes. Well, he's the only handyman, but to be fair, he's been getting a lot of flack for that. But no, Tash, honestly, he's such a perfectionist. He's been down here in the mornings as well, double checking a few things. So full credit. Oh, it's a great jump shot. Well done, and he's kept it safe, has he? Yeah, he has kept it safe. Yeah, so Tash has done an amazing job, but of course, Nigel's input so much into this, so unbelievably grateful to Nigel for this. Glenn has, oh my days, what a shot. What a shot.
So cushions, with the speed of the cloth, you're going to be on the 7. Now, this is the type of shot where it's all down to cueing, really. You can get that white ball just revving back.
Yeah, you've really just got to put a bit of top and a little bit of right on it. It will still slide, so you've still got to put a bit of right on it. Make sure it reacts slightly. Put a load of top. Just cue it well. Cue through the ball. Just cue through it. Oh, wow. That didn't react the way I thought it would. He's still on.
Oh, look at that. Look who's in the comment section. Tash is in the chat.
Yeah, give me a break, FFS. Well done, Glenn. That's 2-0. Now, Tash is... look, I don't care what anyone says. He's a superb, as I said, sort of craftsman, I think is the best word. The comments from the players throughout the entire weekend have been nothing short of exceptional. And of course, when a lot of players realise it's Tash who's working on the tables, the levels of confidence, just know that they're going to be well looked after. I think the only tables that we've had a couple of complaints about had a couple of rolls, but then Tash was explaining that Nigel did those.
Nothing like throwing someone under the bus, as the headings go. And also, just a quick shout out to our racking partner for the GB9 tour, the Magic Rack.
Yeah.
It's done its job well. The balls have been tight.
Yeah, I think, these particular Magic Ball racks, they are thinner. They're a lot easier to damage. So they are short-term Magic racks. And of course, a lot of players don't really know how to take them up. And what happens is that they pinch the racks, and as a result, they damage it, which is really annoying when actually they can last a lot longer. The fact that they're so thin, they do keep a really good tightness on the rack. But there's a lot of let's be honest. There's a lot of really good racks out there. We use Shane Conroy's Shark rack at the Amateur UK Open. They're fantastic. Absolutely no doubt about it. We went for Magic Ball racks simply because they were the ones that were supposed to be used at the Amateur UK Open, didn't get used. But then we thought, okay, so we'll just use them for the tour until they run out, and then hopefully we'll go back into discussions. I can tell you now, we use D-Rack over at Tooting. D-Rack's very, very good, very thin, made by a guy called Beshara. They've been getting tremendous feedback. keep the racks so tight. But again, you know, they get damaged by players. It's really irritating.
So basically what you are trying to say is it could be open to tender. So if anyone's listening that does create a little rack for 9-ball, then get in touch, because
100%.
there may be partnership
The good thing is,
opportunities available.
we're so aware of like the quality of the racks out there, and there are a lot of good quality ones. There's been some really innovative ones. Danny King's got the innovative one. I can't remember what it's called now. I think it was called King Shim or something, but it's actually made out of metal.
All right.
There's been a lot of controversy in the chats in London, but a lot of people swear by it. Some people not sure, a bit sceptical. But yeah, from all accounts, they work very, very well. So look. So look, as I said, you know, we'll go out there, we'll be testing again, etc., and then, you know, we'll talk to the various owners. But look, we really want to try and do something to help the community. So Beshara plays out here in the UK from time to time. Obviously, Danny King's UK based. Charlotte Rack is obviously UK made. We've got to do our best to try and support local producers. Yeah, this is a bit of a tough layout here, isn't it? Not exactly the easiest one.
Yeah, it's very rare you see a cluster of balls, you know, especially 3 or 4 balls. It's very rare you see that, but here we are, and here's the situation
is it the
we
nerves?
are in.
Is it the nerves?
Well, I was told in commentary over in the English Black Ball International World Championships, and it sticks to me ever since. Nerves, you can easily see a player's nerves because they start overcutting the ball.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Is for me when I start getting nervous. Yeah, look at GJ's really played a shot that is so un-GJ like. The guy can play so much better. It is the finals. I think is it for both of them their first final in the Challenger Series? I think it is.
You're asking the man that's only just joined the GB9 team, and Shane's in the comments.
Shane, yeah, good points. Look, at the end of the day, Shane, it's not just about aligning with Matchroom. You know, from our point of view, yes, we are doing it for now, but you know, we do want to support all our local producers, all the people who've supported GB9 before. We've got to kind of reconnect with. Oh my God, I'm lucky. So, you know, Shane, we'll be having chats with people. Maybe we'll just rotate it around, you know. Want to try and promote. We are a community. We have to remember that.
He's overhit that by a country mile, and probably looking to play a bit of hide and seek and a little bit of tension in the home. Does
it go? No, it doesn't go, but...
No, it doesn't go, but there is an opportunity to do something with it.
I see.
Played again, hide and seek.
That is a quality shot, that is. See, that happens because of the slide. That's a fairly simple single rail kick, and with the slide, that's taken it a bit further away. Hopefully Glenn watches that and realises how much he's missed by and makes the adjustments. That's a chance for GJ to register his first rack and get back in the game. You wouldn't want to go 3-0 down here, would you?
No, I think it's important as well just to pot some balls, as daft as it sounds and as easy as it sounds. In a final, it's literally just what you want to do. Just get your hand on the table, pot some balls, just get into your own flow.
Yeah, very true. I think you said earlier on about nerves. I'll be honest with you, the nerves makes you feel like you're playing with somebody else's arm.
Yeah. See, the angle here that he does have on this 5 is... He has got a little bit of angle, but it is also a bit straight.
Push it through, take the 6 up to the top corner.
Yeah, I was going to say, call it for the top.
That's the one. He's got to trust himself. whatever you do, don't leave that white bang on the rail. You just put a nice stroke into this, bang it up the rail towards the top corner. Leave yourself a little bit of shape on the 8 ball to come back for the 9. If you leave himself on the rail, then he's going to put himself under a lot of pressure. You get some really nice shine off the top of GJ's head.
It's sending the exposure and the focus points of our cameras into overdrive.
That's unlucky.
Now, I don't want to say the thing what I alluded to earlier about the overcutting of balls when you're under pressure, but wow, that is 2 massive alternate shots from each player there.
That's the pressure. I can tell you now, there are times I play GJ and he looks absolute tier 1 quality. He's got such a good understanding of the game. His execution is inconsistent. And Glenn as well. I've seen Glenn play a lot throughout this weekend, and he's a... Oh my days, did that need... Oh, wow.
He's just gonna look over to us and... This is what me just by letting yourself just settle that, you know, thankfully the shelf isn't too big on these tables.
No, it's not. Here we go. Yeah, he's cued that.
That's a nice stroke. That should build some confidence.
Yeah, but don't be complacent. Yeah, he's done well there. Well done. Yeah, well done. Yeah, Glenn looks a bit anxious, doesn't he?
Just a little, as we have a look at all the great videos from the media team here. This was day 1's highlights. I've been meaning to get Ben to send me the day 2's and day 3's.
Yeah, I'll send you the day 2 now.
So yeah, so that's what people at home, if you've been edging your bets on whether to come or whether to not come, well, that's what you've missed out on.
Yeah, we really appreciate all the really kind comments. You know, it has been a fantastic event. A lot of people who have been here at the event have been texting all their mates saying what a great venue it is. The organisation's been really promising. I'm not going to say it's perfect. There's no point me sitting here trying to pretend we're perfect. But I tell you now, what Dean, Andy, Julian, and of course to an extent myself, what we've put in during the event organisation, we have done our level best to try and make things as good as possible. There's no doubt about it. We will hold our hands up. We have made some mistakes. There are certain areas of improvement, but we have done our level best to make it as fair for people as possible. And we'll learn so much from this experience and make it better. Every event will just get better and better, and we'll make so many improvements. Because as I said, when we started up GB9, we said this is for the players and for the game, and we really, really stand by that.
I think, really, I have to echo Tasha's comment here as well. You've got to take some... I know it's hard as a person and your character and yourself, but you have to take some credit yourself because, you know, as we said earlier when we were having our little chats, things that you did the best is you get the team together, you get the boy band together, as we said, you know, and that's hard to do because you have to go soul searching, really, to get the right people, the right characters, to resurrect what was a gone tour. You know, you've resurrected a tour.
Yeah, look, I'm not one to take credit because I think in some ways, I'm not one for the limelight. I'm not one to, get pats on the back or anything like that. I'm a pretty self-confident guy. I know that I have done certain things that does make a difference. But, for me, the most important thing is making sure that other people get the credit as well. And there's such a fantastic bunch of people who are involved in this. But yeah, of course, I know what I do. I do get people together. I delegate tasks. I take on some stuff myself. I do what I can because anyone who's met me knows that I absolutely love this game. I love the community. And yeah, okay, as I said, I'm not perfect. This is the first big event I've put on with the team. And I want to do better and better and better. And I just can't wait to get into the next event. So yeah, it's just something that it's just a continuous journey that I'll be continuing to work on.
The deal is it's all about evolving the next tour. And talking about the next tour, do you want to let everyone know where it is and when it is? Apologies for putting you straight on the spot.
That's right, GJ's just missed by half a diamond. Yeah, they're feeling it, aren't they? They're really feeling it. So yeah, at the moment, the plan is Savannah in Manchester. And that'll be on the weekend, I think it's the 5th to the 7th of July, I believe it is. We've still got to do some work up at Savannah to get them up to, and dare I say it, up to scratch. That's really not very fair. Sorry, just bear with me just 2 seconds, folks. I'm just going to say goodbye. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to say my goodbyes to players who are departing, and I really appreciate there's so many players who come up to me and ask me or just thank me, and of course, I'm really grateful to them because they've really enjoyed it. But so going back to what I was saying, yeah, Savannah, Manchester, I think it's 5th to the 7th of July, I believe it is. And I don't want to cast any dispersions, but we're going to have to potentially invest a little bit of money into getting their venue up to scratch. Whatever happens, we'll at the very least work with them for at least one event. We're hoping it's going to be more than that because we want to try and ensure that the tour is a tour.
Is a tour, not just a one-stop shop.
But then having said that though, I've had players turn around and say, look, if Manchester doesn't come up to scratch, keep it at Red Hill for the foreseeable because the venue here has been tremendous. Even the lads from McGoldrick's have been saying that it's been so successful down here. They can't wait, and said they wouldn't have any qualms in the events being here for the foreseeable. Whilst I try and work on a plan to actually turn it into a proper tour.
It's all work in progress, but very exciting work in progress. So, for everyone that is at home watching this and hopefully watch throughout the weekend, be sure to follow GB9 on all the social media sites and on the main website itself where you get updates, because there is going to be a lot of updates coming your way.
GJ here, 3 balls to go. Can he hold that white ball for the 8? That's going to be running through his mind right now. Can he hold it for the 8? Is he going to baby it? Is he going to stroke it? Take it off a couple of rails? Let's see what he does.
He screwed it off. He did start centre ball and then dropped.
Yeah, he put a little bit of right on that. I think, he definitely didn't want to hold it, so he didn't want to baby it, and that's not really his style. So, but we put a little bit of right on that, so it's taken it away. But this is still very, very makeable, and you can get decent shape on the line.
Pace control. Don't want to be left in no man's land.
No, I think you'll be alright actually. I think you find that, in my opinion, I think there's a lot of 9-ball players, because this situation comes up so frequently, they're pretty comfy. They're pretty comfy at taking this on, and if GJ's feeling good about himself, then I think this will fly in. It's a good two-way shot as well, so he'll leave the white ball up on the rail if he misses it. He's done neither. For me, that shot is, you've just got to overcut it. You've got to look to overcut that one and leave that white ball up on the rail. But no, GJ's made a mess of that. And well done, Glenn. That's it. Fully deserves to be 4-1 up at the moment.
So 4-1. Glenn Murphy leads in the Tier 2 final. Let's have a look at Day 2's highlights. Oh, look, that were us. Terry Challenger there, who was runners-up in last night's main event. What a run he had.
Yeah, that was his first final, wasn't it? And he had a fantastic run. I think that match against Imran, there's obviously a bit of controversy in there. But ultimately, Terry dug in. He was 5-1 and 7-2 down, I believe, in that semi.
And there's your champion on the main, Stephen Ellis.
I'll tell you what, didn't he play well, especially those first 9 racks? Yeah, I think the way Stephen Ellis played, especially those first 9 racks, I mean, he played pretty much flawlessly. And of course, Terry come off the back of that pretty major semi-final against Imran, and having to fight back twice again. It was just a little bit too much for him. But Terry was really happy. He seemed really happy with the way he had played and obviously his achievements. So, yeah, I was delighted for him, frankly.
I'll just give you a little bit of a tour of the arena that the Tier 2 final is in. And what an arena it is. It's a big arena. In the background you can see all the other 9-ball tables just behind there, and if we go back to the left, we'll have a look at, it's on the other side of Spots and Stripes. As in the background is some quarterfinals and semi-finals of the Tier 1.
Yeah, about the club, I mean, it's got some snooker tables. It's
there's a Chinese hay ball table there.
Yeah, snooker, English pool, Chinese hay ball, and of course the American pool. And then, of course, you know, what a lot of players have appreciated is the fact that we've had 3 practice tables throughout the weekend.
Which have been in constant use throughout the 3 days.
Yeah, it's a tough one. When you come to these events and if you haven't got a practice table, then you just sat around, and having 3 of them has meant that people have been able to keep their arms loose. Now, like, we made use of the old GB9 tables, and so they've been in constant use. It's been good for the players. They've not been bored.
It's a good social aspect as well. I think it brings the players back to having a little bit of a community, and I've seen people playing different drills and trick shots and
A couple of money games going on, I'm sure.
who knows.
But yeah, that's been great. It's and those practice tables have been slightly out of the way, so it's not interfered with anybody.
That's a lovely shot
Oh,
for the
wow, he didn't mean
one,
to do
but
that.
it's one of them shots where it looked nice, but you got second prize.
Yeah, he was trying to actually get the sneaker there, so
Oh yeah, I know.
unfortunately with him buggering that up really. So yeah, he's got to kick this, try and get the ball safe. This isn't easy.
And that's the
Oh my
second
days.
shot. You're still at the table.
He's made the mistake of actually holding his hand up. I would have been poker faced.
I'm glad there's someone else like me.
I've been like,
Really,
yeah, I
I'm
meant that.
really glad there is someone else like me because I get some flack for that.
Yeah, the problem is that I sit there poker face. People look at me and then I burst out laughing.
Yeah, exactly. Transition to the 5 to the 6 is going to be a straight through. Oh,
Yeah, he's a little bit straight there. He tried to force the angle. It's really hard to do.
it looks like Glenn Murphy has a nickname here. Uncle Google. Apparently
Uncle
his
Google.
nephews are screaming at the TV.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's lovely to know because there are people watching the stream who are going to be supporting their favourite player, whether it's because they're friends or family. And of course, you know, all the players, I guarantee, will watch it back. They'll look at the comments and they'll really appreciate the fact that they've got their supporters commenting and just knowing that they're there behind them. Bit different for me when I was playing on YouTube at one point. So for those who don't know, unfortunately, fortunately, I had an amazing opportunity to play Jack Lozowski in the first round of the UK Open a couple of years ago. And I pretty much couldn't have done a worse job. Played absolutely dreadfully and pretty much was described as car crash TV. So the comments on YouTube were fascinating because they came from all over the world. Every single person criticised me and I don't blame them. But I took my opportunity. It's a life-changing experience.
Took it with two hands.
Certainly did. You know, I've never felt so nervous in all my life. But look, I had an opportunity. I did have a lot of fun doing it, and you'll never take that away from me. But I think probably the reason as to why Matchroom don't like players like me entering, to be honest.
As DJ runs out
But the nerves, you know.
this rack.
Just let's see what he does here. Let's strike it through. Feel confident. Yeah, he's done that well, actually. Yeah, his confidence. They're so easy to miss. They're so easy to miss if you're feeling nervous. Says a chopper like me.
Well, it's one of them things where sometimes the best commentators, the best people that are good at the analysis of the game aren't the ones that are good at playing the game. As we always say, some of the best managers and coaches in football have never kicked a football in professional level in their life.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, usually the shots I predict at 9-ball don't happen either, so...
Well, we'll stick to spreading the gospel on how well the weekend's gone then for GB9.
See, what I can't believe, I've got 40 years experience in Q Sports. 40 years experience, and yet I'm still pretty poor at the game. And my reading of the game's pretty poor, and I don't know what's happened to me. But it doesn't really matter, because it's not necessarily about my performances. It's about the wider game. we just check Stephen Ellis's result?
Yes.
I think he's just been knocked out of Tier 1.
Yes,
As he sits there grimacing at me.
As EJ has just gifted ball in hand to Glenn Murphy off the break. So our semi-finals for the Tier 1 have been finalised and called to their tables. It's Tom Staveley v Joe Prince and Benji Buckley v Michael Hope. But this is the Tier 2 final, as Glenn Murphy is leading 4 racks to 2. There's EJ Oyangoren.
Yeah, sorry about that. Unfortunately, keep having players coming up to me saying their
I wouldn't
goodbyes.
say unfortunately, it means that they appreciate what you do and they want to.
Oh, absolutely,
Right
but it
to the
also
team.
takes me away from the comms, and I know you miss me. Yeah, Stephen Ellis out of Tier 1. Yeah, he's looking a little bit disappointed, but he goes home with the trophy. So the way it works this time round is that winners of main event, they will keep the trophy. We'll pay for the engraving, so they'll go and get it engraved, and then afterwards they keep the trophy, and then obviously then we'll reclaim the trophy back off them at some point. So that's a great shot there, Glenn.
As a run out for Glenn is on the cards, but a miss here. And if GJ can take the opportunity of this 4-3 versus 5-2 is absolutely massive.
Yeah, this is such a crucial shot. He's played that well. Well done, GJ.
So 9 ball missed by Glenn is taken by GJ for 4 frames to 3.
Yeah, I can feel the disappointment from Noah and Bodie. They're cheering for Uncle Google, and unfortunately, they must be watching this feeling very disappointed. But it's a close game, and for everybody else who's watching this, they'll know this is a really, really tight game. This is possibly going to go all the way.
I think sometimes in a final, that's what you want. You want a decider as a neutral.
Yeah, undoubtedly. You know, it creates a lot of drama. Yesterday's final, the main event, I mean, we got to a point where Stephen Ellis in that first 9 racks was so played so flawlessly that it didn't really become as much of a spectacle. That game between Terry and Imran was probably more of a spectacle in terms of drama. But these things happen. But maybe we'll get all the drama here.
The one finds a pocket, but so does the cue ball.
Ouch.
Do you go chasing nines?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. You get certain players who'll just chase the combo. I think with all the balls open on the table, if he's got a clear chance, yeah, he's going to go for the middle pocket. Most players, if all the balls are open on the table, they will just go for the run out. And then you get those who just look for a combo at every opportunity. I'll be honest with you, I don't think that's the game, personally. I like to see players run out. But then it is part of the game and the combo works, doesn't it?
I'd have found it so hard to resist the combo there.
Yeah, then
What a way to go. I look at it as a mental side thing. If you sink the combo there, right, and it goes 4-4 after the unfortunate in-off with the right, that can absolutely sink your opponent.
yeah, I'll be honest with you, when I see people lining up for combos, my heart sinks. I just want to wrap my cue around their head. But it is part of the game, and you know, I can't deny that. And if it sinks as well, then yeah, I get pretty riled about it. I can't deny it.
So if we have a play, I know what I'm doing. I'm chasing nines.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah, if you're eyeing up the combo and just look at my reaction, then that'll probably inspire you to play it and really ram that stake through my heart. Yeah, thanks, Tash. Violence will not be tolerated. No, you're right. Only unless people are going for unnecessary combos. Come on, GJ, what are you going to do here? Nice little thin flick, send the white ball back up to the top rail. That's what I do anyway, but he's not. Try and play safety. Try and hide behind the 9 or 6, I think. Tell you what, I was watching Glenn in practice earlier and he doesn't half play quickly, and then he plays the same speed in the tournament.
Yeah, I alluded to that at the foot of the show. The speed that he plays at is ridiculous.
Well, the only player I've seen play that quickly in any major tournament was when Tash played in the UK Open on the stream table. And it's like he was busting to go to the toilet. He's just running around the table playing so quickly. It's unbelievable. And the commentary of the commentators noticed it. Yeah, that's a bit mad, really. So yeah, Glenn needs to slow down, in my opinion. Just a touch. Just get his composure. GJ's got a nice pace about him. He's not massively quick. Of course he's not. He's a very measured player. I think GJ's going to start kicking on from here. There we go.
Is it coming round the back?
No, it didn't.
It hasn't. However, it's one of them shots.
You're going to watch for the push shot here. You've seen one of these already, haven't we? What a shot. Is that going to come up as a foul or no foul? No, he didn't push that. I know he didn't.
I've seen it anyway because I didn't focus my camera quick enough. But there's 9 in the same pocket to bring it
Well done, GJ.
4 racks each in the Tier 2 final here live from Spots and Stripes in Reddell. You are watching the GB9 Tour. It is back. and back with a bang.
Yeah, not surprised Tash is making comments. Here we go. Push shot.
Some scores from the semi-finals of the Tier 1 that's just got underway. It's currently 0-0 between Tom Staveley and Joe Prince. And the other semi-final is Benji Buckley and Michael Hope. Benji is currently leading 1-0. As we enter the 9th rack of this Tier 2 final.
Tell you what, that Tier 1 semi-final is a really good lineup. That early on yesterday, I think people had actually Joe Prince and Michael Hope down to get to the final.
Yep.
Which would have been interesting. Spots and Stripes staff actually making the final. People would have thought that would have been a fix. But both players are fantastic. So Joe Prince took up the game about a year ago. He's kicking on, playing really nicely. Obviously didn't get to the final yesterday. You'd be very disappointed. And then you've got Michael Hope, who's taken up 9-ball 4 months ago.
Yeah, it's two players that have played the English 8-ball for a very long time and got very high up in the respected role sets. They've certainly taken 9-ball by storm, effectively.
Yeah, I think got to remember, it's still a massively different game. It's still a massively different game, and I think Michael is just a phenomenal potter, but his lack of experience has caught him out so far. But he's up against a very, very, very good 9-ball player, specialist. He's a 9-ball specialist, Benji Buckley. He's from up Sheffield way. Absolutely can play some world-class stuff. And if Benji plays that right, he'll use his experience to play slightly more tactically, and Michael, I think, will possibly struggle.
Just as Glenn's just played a very, very nice safety.
Yeah,
this one safety
shot.
effectively puts him in control of the rack. GJ doesn't find the 2-ball.
Yeah, if that 4 passes the 8, which I think it does, then I think every single ball there means it's going to be a nice, easy layout. I think well done. Oh, no, he didn't quite get it. I think he's trying to push that 8 right up the behind the 9 to tie it up.
It's a very interesting use of the rule, is that I found with the foul. Being able to just tie up another ball with the ball to try and make what you think is going to be an easy run out for your opponent a little bit harder.
Yeah, again, it's part of the tactics of the game. You've got to 100%. Try and utilise your time at the table really wisely. And GJ has said, got a lot of experience, played the right shot, didn't quite get the execution, and now that's left Glenn with what I think should be an easy run out. Not for me, but for players of their standard, should be quite an easy run out.
Bit of a stab shot there. Didn't really worry about his stance. Glenn is certainly a man to watch.
They play that nicely, yeah. Oh no, it's a bit... Yeah, no, he did play that nicely.
Yeah, he's played that very well, and he's left a nice angle here just to use the bit of cushion. Oh, he's going top back. Just like that, it's 5-4, Glenn Murphy.
Yeah, when he gets in his flow and he plays that pace, you can see what makes him so dangerous. But I did say earlier on about his speed of play. I still think he needs to not calm down, but he needs to just have a bit more composure. But then you just saw his little run out there, got into his flow, ran it out. And yeah, done well there, especially under pressure. I think he's trying to basically just eradicate that pressure just by playing through his own flow.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. You don't want to really change your flow and your mentality for the occasion. If that's something that Glenn is used to doing and plays well from doing so, then keep going. You do you, as I often say.
Yes, it's very true. It's very, very appropriate in my case as well, actually. Yeah, a lot of people have seen me play. They know that I've got quite an unorthodox stance. It looks like I'm about to go into a flying kung fu kick. But it works for me.
You do you, sir.
And all those who laugh at me and criticise me, well, yeah, you've probably got a right to.
The comedy channel is there for a reason.
Well, I suppose at least I play better than Emily Fraser, so. Yeah, it's going to be tough to hold here for the 3.
Well, you're going to be looking to get the white ball for the 3 to the 4, because that's quite a distance travel.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. What's he going to do here? No, he's done that well. So he needs to put some bottom right-hand side, is he? Or is he going to put a load of top left and swing it round? What's he going to do here? For me, it's bottom right. Bring it up to the cushion. Above the 8 ball. Yeah, I think he's playing that bottom right. Yep, shot.
Wiped its feet on the way in, but in it goes. Four to 5 steady away. What's 5 to 6 looking like?
Yeah, it should be a pretty easy shot. Just needs to give himself an angle. Just pop that white ball out a little bit. Oh, why has he left himself as straight as he had? Should still be able to get onto the 6. But I think he really should have left himself more angle on that 5 ball. And he's missed it because he's forced it.
And the chance now comes for Glenn to just put a bit of distance in this match.
He's played that perfect.
He had distance at the start, but Jay came roaring back. The Murphy household will be very pleased to see that rack run out.
Yeah, well done, Glenn. He's done well there.
And he just gave Glenn the look there. The hands in the pocket. You just got to remember, you've got to wait for the referee to call rack.
Yeah, that's true. It's been one of the, again, more talking points on that. Obviously, you've got our own GB9 rules on this. Whether or not we continue to use them in the future, we're not entirely sure. But for the time being, those are the rules, and they were in the rules that were sent out to all the players. And it's a player's responsibility to read the rules. Kind of sad thing to say, really. I hate having to say this, but a lot of people said to me, well, you know, it's all a bit strict, etc. I said, well, yeah, regrettably it is. So it's in the rule book, or in the rules. You have to follow it. Don't like saying it, but unfortunately, if you were to touch the cue ball or put a ball on the table whilst the cue ball's moving, it is a foul.
And I think it's one of them, as much as it is a strict rule, it has to be there, because if something does happen, then where do you go from there? It opens up a whole can of worms.
Yeah, it's always a tough one. So there's evidence yesterday, but then ultimately, if it's there in black and white, then players do need to follow it. It's not the only tournament in the world that has that particular rule. But after the event, we will talk to players. We will certainly look at the feedback, and post-event, if we need to make any revisions, we will certainly consider it.
As another fluke goes on the list.
Wow. A fluke, luck followed by bad luck. Flick that 8-ball right in front of the 4.
Well, it's a 4-8 combo. And then push the 4
Bit of distance there
near the 9.
Bit of distance between that 4 and 8. I wouldn't go for it, no chance, but GJ looks like he is. Oh no, he's not.
He's played safe.
Yeah, well done, GJ. Although he should have played that a lot better. Would you combo this?
And a combo the last shot. Got right up it.
Yeah, you and I are not going to ever be playing then. Just be a lot of eye rolling on my part. Yeah, good shot, GJ. Well done. Glenn acknowledging it. Superb, well done there, Glenn. That's a really good shot. Actually, it's hard to read those single rail kicks.
He's left the 4 here.
It's going to scratch.
And on its way to the 5, he's found the pocket. So, massive chance here for Glenn to really put distance in this Tier 2 final.
Yeah, I'm surprised with GJ there. Really got to try and recognise that there's a possibility of scratch, and probably should have played with a lot more right-hand side. He's not left it easy for himself, has he, Glenn? Oh, he's basically dead straight. It's too straight.
He's straight. A walk over to his corner. Bit of a composure shot. It's needed.
Oh, that's a terrific shot. think on the current form and the way they're playing, I think Glenn looks clear favourite to push on to win this. But let's see if GJ can show a bit of fight in the next couple of racks.
Well, Glenn did have a 3-frame lead, or a 3-rack lead earlier, and GJ came back. So, he's all could be there. However, what's happening in Spots and Stripes so far? Well, in the semi-finals of Tier 1, it's Tom Staveley 1, Joe Prince 2, Benji Buckley 3, Michael Hope 1. As rack 12 gets underway with Glenn Murphy to break. Cue ball's tracking, it's gone north of the pocket. And we start a 1-2 here.
Yeah, it's not the easiest layout, this one. 1 to the 2. There's trouble in a lot of these balls. That 5 ball doesn't go past the 7, I don't think. So if he runs this up, that'll be a really, really good run out. But let's see what he does here.
Well, you have to pot the ball first.
Yeah, it's just not happening for him, is it?
Any cue spot. Other than 3-cushion billiards.
I say, with Glenn playing the way he is, and he seems to be a little bit more settled, then I expect him to kick on from here. But again, not an easy layout. Oh, he was snookered.
Yeah, it was a snooker, and as you said, kick on.
Oh,
He literally has kicked on. A 3-cushion masterpiece from Glenn. And where's everything going here? The cue ball stayed out. It's left a shot on the 2, but it's no easy shot.
Especially to get on the 3.
There's got to be not much on the top of the white to be able to hit here. He's hit it well.
Get that nice.
And he's going to be hooked.
If he hits his full face, he can play himself a safety here.
Yeah, what is it? Kick and stickers, I've heard a few players.
Kick and stick, that's the one. See what he does. He'll feel relatively happy with that because this is not an easy shot.
Containing safeties, isn't it? You've kind of got your opponent to the table saying, look, you know, if you get it, well done, cracking shot. But it's one of them probability shots.
Literally scratching his head.
Well, I think in Glenn's case, he'll be looking at the finishing line here. There's another
Yeah, he looks anxious there.
rash anxious shot comes, but he's managed to get second prize.
Got lucky. Well, that's
And there's the jump cue will be coming out for this one.
yeah, GJ's good at jumping, so got a feeling this is going to go in.
We go airborne as DJ looks up to the heavens.
Yeah, he's really not himself, GJ, at the moment.
Glenn looks to map out a route to put himself on the hill. This is a nice little stop shot here off the 6.
Yeah, nicely played.
Pretty much it was dot to dot. There's 9 ball to go on the hill in the Tier 2 final. It's there for Glenn Murphy.
Oh, he's on the hill.
He leads 8 racks to 4. We've got one of the TDs stood behind us.
Yeah, you can feel his presence, can't you?
Certainly. As he moves.
Yeah, so
That's
for
the
those who are just wondering, yeah, Dean Sporton was stood right behind us, and crikey, he's a presence and a half, isn't he?
And that's a big break. The 1's found a pocket, the 2's found a pocket. 3's gone running away though from the cue ball.
Now here is a chance where potentially you would go for the combo if you can try and get yourself the right angle for the 4 onto the 9.
Have I just heard you right there?
Yeah, well the 9's over the. It's pretty much as close to being over the bag as possible, and also GJ's under pressure, so that's a cracking shot.
Cracking
Oh,
shot, but
no
where's the cue
way.
ball going?
That's it. It's all over.
That could be all his row.
Yeah, there we go.
Glenn Murphy.
Oh my God, he's not.
He's having a look. He had a look at it first. He's having a look again. He's got a little grimace on his face. That's the angle that he's got onto the onto the 4-9.
Oh, actually, it's a lot harder there. You can see from that angle.
It's that near jaw that just makes it a little bit more trickier.
Shall we tell Glenn that if he wins, he's going to have to pay for the
Nando's.
Nando's? Oh, I'd lose if it was me.
Well, you're not a fan of Nando's?
No, I'm not forking out for the nephews and all that. Oh, crikey.
A
Next they're going to
terrific
tell
transition.
me they're like, what, 8, 9 years old or whatever. He's going to go, well, just pay for it yourselves.
Well, this 8 to 9 for a trip to Nando's.
Dog it, come on. Just don't know how greedy these kids are these days.
Oh, kids are watching.
No, it's all seriousness. This is the pressure shot now. Thinking about it, because those middle bags are so tight. Yeah, this is not easy. Not when it's the final
That
ball.
is tight. I'll look right down the barrel as he goes for it. It's in, it's
well
there.
done.
Glenn Murphy is your Tier 2 champion. GB9 stop number 1. Congratulations to Glenn. to his nephews. Enjoy the Nando's. Commiserations to Jay.
I'll better tell him he's going to have to fork out for Nando's
Yeah, because
now.
you'll be doing the trophy presentation.
Yeah, I'll do the trophy presentation.
So,
Back in a bit, guys. Back in a bit.
oh, congratulations to Glenn. We'll just get the presentation party ready. Stick around for that one. The screen of the next match that will be on the stream will be the Tier 1 final. That'll be coming up once the matches have finished in the semis, obviously. Just a quick update on them. It's Tom Staveley 2, Joe Prince 2, Benji Buckley 3, Michael Hope 2. They are racers to 9. If, for whatever reason, you are leaving us here at this point, thank you for tuning in. You have been watching the GB9 Tour live from Spots and Stripes in Redhill. You will be seeing very shortly your Tier 2 champion crowned. That is Glenn Murphy. We will simply be waiting for the Tier 1 final next. Thank you for tuning in. So Sam Jones, Dan So was in the commentary box with me. And since he's here, I will say it, we'll not forget about our referee for the Tier 2 final. It's Andy Yates. So, we'll leave you with the scores of the other matches going around, and we will join you all very soon for the final of the Tier 1.